the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
President Mahama Esamba back na nkrofo bebre na suru say or the doom so ebesan so aba back into governance. Veteran journalist Kwesi Pratt say afi dey wa brekra because ono the doom so no experience to the point say the fear we see nanka oni wan keshi drebe as a result of doom ne so. Na John Jinapor, a minister of energy, Honorable John Jinapor. Now various NDC journalists, among NDC members of parliament, normally omano esiniso because President Mahama, the first term of office, adia a din in Japan a doom so. In Senankofu be brena suru say ne coming back, ne second coming or the doom so. Ebeba Honorable John Jinapor a media more or say Ghana aka 2 days near experience doom so. Aka 3 days near experience doom so. And NDC journalist was na minister ye de wakoshe bibi se koye ejuma de pia na all threaten the good people of Ghana. Mr. Kwesi Pratt the voice account you go see ono ne various NDC journalists are more calling for the sacking of Honorable John Jinapor as a result of doom so challenges are experiencing.
Right now, you have the National Democratic Congress in power. And yesterday, I was reading through the newspapers and so on. And some officials of the electricity company of Ghana were telling us that we don't have doom so. I said, is this not exactly what the NPP was telling us? Do we care what you call it? We don't. Look, there are nursing mothers with infant babies who need special care. And the baby's health, suffer when there's no light. Think about them. Think about the many poor people who buy food and stock them in their freezers and fridges, so that they can cope with this increasing cost of food and so on. Think about babies in incubators. Think about all those scenarios and fix the problem and stop the unnecessary, useless politicking with power outages. That's what is happening. Unnecessary, completely useless politicking with power outages. Look, the people of Ghana have suffered enough. What the people of Ghana want is for you, again, the politicians, to fix the problems. And the problems are there. The power outages are there. Look, maybe I should not be talking about my own personal experiences and so on. My house nearly got burnt as a result of these power outages.
When?
2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Really?
If I hadn't been in the house at the time. You understand? So stop it.
Oh, God forbid.
Stop it.
God forbid.
And stop this blame game and so on. It is a fact that there's a huge power sector debt. All of us know that.
Yeah.
Huge power sector debt. How do we pay it? And that power sector debt is part of the problems leading to these power outages, whether you call it doom so or not. It is part of the problem. It's a fact that we have antiquated equipment. The power lines are old, the pylons are old, and so on. They need to be changed. It's a fact that line losses in Ghana are some of the highest in the world. That's a fact. It's a fact that this whole dream of privatization hasn't worked. We brought in independent power producers because we thought that was the solution. Is that the solution? The situation has gotten worse. So privatization hasn't worked in the sector. And we are talking about more privatization. When privatization hasn't worked, we're talking about more privatization. What's wrong with us? What's really wrong with these leaders that we have? So please, let's solve the problem. Let's sometimes listen to the workers, the ordinary workers in the electricity sector. Listen to the Public Utility Workers Union. I've listened to the Public Utility Workers Union, and they know what they're talking about. Listen to them and stop the arrogance. You understand? If you don't have a PhD to your name, everybody thinks that you're an idiot. Is that the case? Listen to the workers.
Okay.
They have been working the system for years. we came up with another something that we thought was a solution. Decouple. That's what came up with Greco and
the value chain. Separating the value chain.
How has that impacted on power supply in this country? Has there been any positive outturn as a result of this useless policies which were implemented? What is wrong with these people? You go to the IMF, they tell you anything, then you come and impose it on us. You go to IMF, this so-called experts, these young persons who have just left university and so who are working for the IMF and so on, they come and tell you what to do, and then you follow them. And you have followed them for 18 years, for 20 years, for 30 years. There's no positive outcome. We are still following IMF.
The investigating minister for energy.
What's on your crude oil? 450,000 barrels.
Ghana, I was a bunch of investigating a year John Jinapor.
Wow.
Let's not sit down for anybody to take us for a ride. Say we are young Kwasi.
Oh, they be.
Say Nyamia dominate be our papa no mama to me do work school and to me create political link amount. Now as a young man, what to me do pempen so 70 years won't me new year. It doesn't mean say you are the smartest person or the wisest person.
I didn't know what can we.
Yet Ghana ha. You were independent power producers. Our money Ghana buying a wapam.
Yeah.
Our money and one can no matter buying because I buying the anchors or one any enough. And to I buying the moka. And to one of my bond training and the MPP. I buy to meet your mocha with a tin over $2.5 billion. And
yes, I'm Kitwa.
Omu to me issue statement. Yet Ghana ha. Now omu independent power producers. Omu may issue press statement. No ma catch a buying sa the car. Sona na sogri was about the car into a plant a generate 550 megawatt here shutting it down. And to so bet you a sikadia maye. So omu issue that statement no Emma ultimatum noa. Then not the then government minister no. No krana wa bogana kronwa. In Sasuna Ghana, no ma because this is what they are saying, but the government is making sure say Yankani and Ibejinaso.
Okay.
And the government is calling on them to rescind their decision and return to negotiation table. That is what we've been hearing. Even MPP, they're incompetent. Who be a minister? And then we don't hear anything from independent power producers through their press statement or whatever. Your bet is almost threatening a minister. What is your interest?
It's a Juma way, and so.
No, what is your Ejuma Bay?
The way
Ejuma Bay, we beside a very genuine question. Why Argentina and Nayan to say independent power producers? I'm going to back at Ghana for 2.5 days for us to go back to them. So I'm going to back at a minister. I'm going to back at say any fool and Tiabaco. So I'm going to back at minister no produce energy. And so no or produce energy. Minister no or produce energy.
Won't produce
producers no and catch the challenges or move face. Any government obligation was all for fail.
But that's a good man.
Don't forget it. We are sensitive. We done many cries. Then na yan central for me about minister no. There's one minister the independent power producers for Ayeka ye. Enti dia na moya fa ho. Na bia minister catch us no credit. Do mo kan no credit. Na mum aban 81 amon. I said do mo kan credit mm. And then we don't hear anything from independent power producers.
Yeah.
Na minister no near fan why dey taxpayers money tua ne ka no. Wonu mom na be threaten yen. Wo Ghana for we be akam 2.5 days mo be da sumu.
Also be so hu dey koso. Reality no waka kire.
Opesa wan wan and okoso mess ni we ye no. Won say afa dey ni PR and na damage control. PR the one sin kato di osi chire nsemu. And the minister be cause mess. Na PR na damage. I don't think minister na kasa ma no me clear mess.
And so that's what
I'm saying. Me I don't have any proof or any evidence, but I have a strong conviction said the minister no. The way they see a bill on a dan kind or kasa ma independent power producers are. Ade omon kan cry threat omon threat on threaten or interest wo kanu. Interest wom on yo obi o honu mu a Ghana ye onyuma ko bi o madwuma ne se o mokodan aka. No my job.
And the minister but minister.
He's trying to even is to assure we Ghana for. Penisia Chane so in opposition. Mahama may president. Even Mahama president. Yen swen in Ebra no more year transition. Mahama met independent power producers.
Yeah.
Sabra no more threatening so omo ebedum. Mahama met them. Sabra kwana yemfa to me Mahama.
Yeah.
And that didn't know that Mahama be president. We don't hear anything from them. And the minister mom ne threatening.
So when before Ebia now
minister no brief wine.
We prefer Ghana for.
Yeah, Ghana for Africa Bebusa and say minister be catching the state of energy sector.
So according to Pierre,
and to say minister na be catch be threaten say 2.5 days no. Ghana ni bi ko minister ko bisa and say minister matisi 2.5 days true or false. Obi ko bisa.
Was in central phone minister control.
Obi ko bisa. Obi ko bisa.
Was in central phone bisa.
Obi ko bisa no. Let's get serious. Okay, let's get serious.
It won't say more than so.
Yes, let's get serious. Say independent power producers and the MPP, if they were issue statement.
Okay.
So I mean, when was the last time I say independent power producers? Minister statement to make here. Pull one statement from independent power producers. Pull one statement. Press release from them. Pull one. Try to be a minister. Do you know what it takes? Somebody business depend on electricity. We bring depend on electricity. Now we have a whole sector minister. On in charge. Eba be catch us say 2.5 days. We are at the hospital. Doctor Nina wo hwe ne say ono ba be hwew. No catch us so mini we ade no. O ahode ba improvement ba. Na doctor ne ba no be catch us so mini wanya ho tia. Wanya ho up and down nine. I go 2.5 days. Who is that doctor to you?
So officer,
who is that doctor to you? It means that doctor no or interest or on sa body e bebem. On somebody no interest that minister should get serious.
Okay.
To be frank, we are Ghana for bofu. Why embarrassing government? No, we government are unpopular. Though it be too early for President Obama to fire him, but I will be grateful if President Obama fires him today. I will be grateful.
Anybody
yes, because if you joke with the energy sector, like they joked in 2016, and Okra Mahama take a very bold decision. Etimi ended doom so something that from a champion time maybe a manager or no ND and Pono. Because they were able to manage their communication on them so Ghanaians voted against NDC. Edian and Sia dear when they sent Tekuma on transient to Kwasia Fidi Quentiasum Prino. One and now we are deputy minister. And then be minister. So you should have learned some lessons from that. You don't just come 5 months, 3 months and be threatening Ghana for and now about a debt collector. How would you just come independent power producers? What is your interest?
Okay.
Transition in one light crude oil and the power machines no eminya eye enyinama hoden etumi demu because NPP enya reserve bia wo bosumi nani dia ya de ne to ho se wanya sikasam toto ye no watumi ya sikasam toto ye mene dollar atumi appreciate and the city atumi appreciate. But I think the one in charge of ECGD, I believe we say, and I said the one in charge of energy sector, I was say obi friend them no can be no, because the nagging is too much. Obi anu wa fro obi abeka chen se be complaining. Owi John Dramani Mahama baye no, wa mi atiase se ECG the car over 80 billion Ghana cedis here that and we bet ya. It is Yabatia. Nasa Sikana was Siena near the power because Metesan and saying, or Rakasia to Forsen. And we read Jinapor press conference by Katia Ghana Forse. And one more press conference, Biano. No, Ababa joint press conference. Abaya press conference, Katia Ghana Forse. One more press conference, about to me because one person would say, see another gas plant, Yababwa. And we a long term effect. Yapenadiano, Anadiano, anything. Anna, you will say minority for Ababa press conference. They don't have 2 minutes to complain. But young Ghana for no, you were 2 minutes to complain. And other than yaso wato credit, and you go can yaso. Now be kokoduna can you do? Sadia we ya talk and it becoming. And a certain minister who obemuna no atwam wo hwani mu no asre na bibi wo hokra bisa no. Omuna mo nkrofo mo pese omuna mo communicate and it is very bad. We are telling you. Can you do so no? Ya na wase ye ka because yanka ne na wotena amanfo begina so e dia ye campaign e men sese pa wo wura John Dramani Mahama Odeba no e be ye ka. What? Ka wo $1 to cedi eba from no. Ye nipa ne kwakwa wo Pentecost no a wo kofa enam ane buafo no o de begu fridge mu na kane ama na pro. What is this? But be are complaining. And I say, please. Send the pan in somewhere because you say, oh, John Dramani Mahama, while 21 somewhere ding, you are making me a 10 things around. I'm not resetting agenda and you to me a coso. It is send the pan in somewhere money for you. Let's call a spade, and me and Cassa Savo Ketwa. Yani Ebeka, Yanka, Ubien Hobeka. Se nipa ni semwa mre ewo baabi ye wono a mama yenka no krantiel say baabi a wo hye no semwa bre masafiri ho no bi mese ho no to me turn things around because obi a turn the economy around within that 4 months obi turn the agric around obi turn way obi turn we no bi sudra faako na de open no ye no complain do so. Where are the mixing containers, Mr. Minister? We want to ask you. Mixing containers no e ba ye ba beto adwa mo kan wo Ghana ha mo hu ana mo hu ye mixing containers no e wo hen ye pese ye hu wo mo wi aye no mate wo mo ana mo du mo kogu hen. Where are the mixing containers? Where are the mixing containers? Because they taxpayers money. And you the class and woman de buy yes you can be India for her you can be say what would be an lomi when you channel send the pan away ya body kwadu ya can ya some natreno I was say ya kasa many pan be yano because the mixing containers man can want some ya be so complaining until some be yano. We want to see the mixing containers baby akoko die bia no mo ma yano nche Ghana for because yabre what yabre and yes be Ghana nsem hwete sam ya kan wasem wi na jagu ho o mixing containers you from me campaign promises I was say we be na wi ni pakro na wa wi containers no I was say hu na pomoda so ne nam ho afanyoma kamoda so ne nam ho obi anu ha wo ka bibia and obi amie na no carry. When the class are containers in the buy, when the ball containers in the don't come in, Mr. Minister, we want to ask you a question. Where are the missing containers? Please. Yadibesi, no matter me wako sola kaba. Yaba, and na yani Charles McCarthy and the bedding komo. And the missing containers. Your bedding come off when there be a container na kwa di biano. Yaba be yano. Midiano kumangra di wow. Waheneba boama. Ben ye star 274 Fonso Kosabenum. But the Tiffin de ne ya hono no sade yesipe. Eno ne pese ye kama Ghana 40 asese. Sa ensuo na wo ne chamfan. E de akosi so. Ya sensuo no. Wo sa no. Ensukro na kodru ba bia. Eno na savu amanfo mo nya ensuo no. Ya wonsuo bi wo ha. Yanwimu nam ewo baabi ba de kodru baabi a emu nam eya kese ya pa yere enti mesramo the way ya Ghana fo bi asia ya nam anyama ho dwe aburo na dwene say ya de nsuo we yamfa nya hwe let's destroy it and go away masa madwene nya adwuma ya temrante 13 and I will plead with Ghana Police Service say deal with those guys. 20 years kwa mumo munko. Obi a want to gold. Ewa asase pese so. Waya ni galam say wa asase pese so. Edi no. Min kwa kasa se di pani yanko pamono. Adia any asema mekan say yan regulating balances ma se ni pano. Non to mi fanya juma. so obi ba ya na gye so obegyina nsuo ho obegyina nsuo so ase nsuo de saa nipa no mote no a woni nipa tena enye yie aburo woni tirim omo na mo nya nsuo a mo de DDT gum kum nipa no and woni obi a wodi awu ayepe and samra no asan krofo na yate wo mo ewo wasa japa no mutiam ya nwumre ya I am pleading with the IGP and the president say sankrofo ni nyina must be dealt with accordingly. The yejano kran wonko 20 years. No shade we pini. And that one and me catch you bi biara what to gold I will nsuo say nsuo no why wadwe say obedi gold dia and ye kan hu say we ni prison e kwan wa
supposed to